I want to welcome you back to BLACKSITE tonight. We're going to talk about P. Diddy's brutal beatdown of Cassie on hotel surveillance. P. Diddy is a monster. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel. Hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. Everybody heard about the lawsuit and the settlement P. Diddy had with Cassie, but we never had proof of what he actually did until today. We saw P. Diddy brutally beat Cassie on video surveillance at a hotel, which shows you that he truly is a monster. For those who came out and supported P. Diddy, the Slim Thugs, the Boosies, the Tariqs, what do you have to say now? This man has been brutally beating women for 30 years. And those in the music industry, in the entertainment industry who knew about this should be ashamed of themselves and exposed. They knew about this man all the way back down to his Uptown days with Andre Harrell. Clyde Davis had to know about him beating women, because you don't give over the keys to the castle or the car unless you know everything about the person you're dealing with. And they knew that he liked beating women, but the excuse they would always have is that he made his money. See, as long as he was making money, it was okay. So he was allowed to have his sick fetishes in beating women like Cassie, Kim Porter, and others. And some of them have never spoken because of how evil this man is. See, now you can't hide behind the lawyers or the PR companies. It's all been seen. And it's all been seen for the world to see. So where can he hide? So many of you asked him, where was his friends? Where was Jay-Z? Where was the rest of the crew that always surrounded him at the Rockaware, brunch, and everywhere else? You know why they went into hiding? Because they already knew. They knew if they said something and supported him, they would be held accountable. When this all broke out, they knew this was going to happen. They knew eventually something would leak, the feds would expose him, the world would see. But the key is, let's talk about the people who knew. All of them who sat behind the camera, those who were in the music studios, all of those who stood by and did nothing while this man consistently, over 30 years, abused women like Cassie. For 9 years, this woman took this type of abuse, and nobody came to her rescue. Now, a lot of people may have said something, and she went back, because you know how that happens with abusers. But Sean P. Diddy Combs had money. He had connections. And a lot of people didn't want to overstep the boundaries because they knew he would retaliate. But now that this has come out, you know the federal indictments is coming soon, because people are going to be calling for those indictments. So if those indictments come, there will be nobody to support this man. His sons knew what type of father he was, because he didn't do this in a vacuum. You see, he did this in the open. So some of them had to be around when he gave a beat down to a woman. So all them behind the scenes in the music industry who knew how sick he was, but let him keep doing it and didn't speak up other than Gene Deal and a few others, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. Yes, no one can hold charges against you, but the public, the people who support the music industry, can hold you accountable financially. And we should. That video footage was sick. And can you imagine what he did to her when we didn't see anything on video? The things he had her doing, she was already his slave. But that wasn't good enough because the sickness that's in his mind saying that didn't give him the satisfaction that he needed for all the humiliation, the antics that he had her doing wasn't good enough. So the day of justice is coming for P. Diddy. It's coming because he deserves it. And for those who stood by, who said nothing, who pretend to see nothing, your day of justice is coming too. And see, this is not only an embarrassment to the entertainment and the music industry and all those surrounding it, but this is an embarrassment to his family and the community. You are one of the few billionaires, so-called, now we know you wasn't. And to see you fall from grace because you deserve it is an embarrassment. You still don't know how to act when you got money and success. This is what he used. This is what he used his power on, is to dominate women and use his physicality over them. So I don't want to hear anybody coming out here defending. I don't want to hear any other excuses. I don't want to hear none but apologies for those who supported him, because we already knew about his sexual procliviances. But one thing we didn't have proof was how brutal he was and how people said he was. And we've seen it in this video. I wouldn't show the video because it's too disgusting. I would love to hear your comments in the comment section. I want to thank you for listening to BLACKSITE. Hope you subscribe to this channel. Smash that like button, but also share this video.